Hello, drivers and fans. It is Pastor Zach Woods here, and I want to invite you to join with me in prayer as we have our invocation. Almighty God, I pray this evening that as we gather together around our shared passion of iRacing, that you receive this thanks. Thank you for blessing us with the technology and means to make connections with those from many walks of life around our shared passions of racing. And Lord, now I pray that you might bless these drivers with patience and wisdom as we traverse this track here this evening. Lord, we pray that everything we do is fruitful and beneficial in your sight. In your name we pray. Amen.
Good evening, everybody. Excuse me. Welcome back to CRN here tonight. As the Ghost Cup Series back on to the track here after a little week off. Last week we are now here at Darlington. This week, as it is a Throwback Night Week. That's right. Everybody out here is going to be on throwback cars. As looking at the track layout, track length, how much wind, and what the weather is going to be like here tonight. It's 1.31 mile the distance. 66 degree track temp, 66 degree air temp with a 2-mile-an-hour wind. Darlington. Want to apologize for that. Gotta keep my throat a little bit hydrated as woke up and didn't really have a voice, so gotta keep a drink next to me and drink as much as I possibly can. So if you guys start hearing my voice starting to go out, that's pretty much what it is. But Darlington, very unique track in itself. One little bit of a difference in the track. 1 and 2 is going to be a lot more open, more wider, more carrying more of the high speeds. 3 and 4 is kind of tighter. Not going to be able to carry a lot more speeds. Going to be a lot more difficult to be too wide going into 3 and 4. Darlington, one of those tracks where I actually like racing at. Most definitely one of those types of tracks that, you definitely want to make sure you get the positions when you can early and settle in where you can be at. Tonight, though, it's throwback night. It's going to be a great night here tonight. As I'm going to go ahead and look here, and I'll be able to give you guys a little bit of what we're going to be looking at for the race length and see what we have. Darlington, 190 laps on 65% fuel, 5 tire sets, 1 fast repair, 5 green white checkers. Stage 1 is going to end on lap number 47. Stage 2 will end on lap number 95, and then a 48 lap dash to the end of the race. Race control will be watching for over aggressiveness as well, so definitely got to make sure these drivers do as they need to make sure it all goes to plan. While we have everybody out up here, I'm going to go ahead and switch on over really quick, get a camera fixed, and I'll be right back. All right, we are back. We're going to go ahead and throw up this starting lineup for everybody, show you where everybody has qualified. So get the grid up here for you right now. It's going to be Ricky Gonzalez in P number 1. Second is going to be Isaiah Sutherland. Third, Lilith Peters. Fourth is going to be Austin Wheeler. Fifth will be Tyler Robertson. Sixth, Jonathan Cogswell. Seventh, Ryan Gomes. Eighth, Patrick McQuaid. Ninth is going to be Christian Ruse. 10th, TJ Handley. 11th will be Chris Cash. 12th is going to be Christopher Hubka. 13th is going to be Chris Zofield. 14th, Dylan Ellis. 15th, Matt Miller. 16th, Trey Whitehead. 17th, Brock Whitehead. 18th is going to be Jeff No. 19th going to be Chris Roberge. 20th going to be Robert Gillard. Gonna go ahead and green flag on out. Had to get some drinks down, but Ricky Gonzalez so far with the race leader. Everybody pretty much single filed all the way out, momentarily trying to get themselves loaded back up. And already a caution on lap number 2 is going to be Chris Zofield taking a spill on around the racetrack. I'm going to go ahead and slow it down in the Rusty Wallace throwback caliber collision number 2 machine. Gets a little bit too high, gets into the outside wall, and that's one thing with Darlington. Once you get in the outside wall, it's going to shoot you down to the inside. He's going to go down, smack the inside wall, break that toe link on the right side or the left side. Bringing that car back up the racetrack. He's already got him locked down, trying to get it to stop sliding. Not going to be able to do it. And Chris Zofield not having the start to the race that he wants, as he's going to have to bring that number 2 machine down to pit road. While we have the time, I'm going to go ahead and go through our paint schemes here tonight. Ricky Gonzalez in that Legacy Power number 88 throwback. Lilith Peters in the Foxfire Woods Steve Park throwback. Isaiah Sutherland, no throwback here tonight, but the blue and white Sutherland used cars Chevy Camaro. Tyler Robertson in the number 9, the Chase Elliott scheme. The DEI paint scheme, the Budweiser scheme, Wheeler Paints, 4-time race winner Austin Wheeler in that number 48. Jonathan Cogswell in that SimSpec Designs number 27. Patrick McQuaid in the Terry Labonte throwback, welfare man. Ryan Gomes in the Caterpillar number 55. Christian Ruse in the number 14 throwback to Tony Stewart. Chris Hubka in another Terry Labonte paint scheme, throwing it back as Kyle Larson did at Darlington. Probably my favorite scheme right here, the Jeff Gordon T-Rex scheme. Not biased, but Cash Customs on the deck in the hood of that car. So Christopher Cash, best paint. Michelob Ultra number 23 of Trey Whitehead. Matt Miller in the number 18 Interstate Batteries throwback. Robert Gillard in the D&J Auto LLC number 54. TJ Handley in the 08 Michael Waltrip THD. Oh, I like that. Hot Wheels for the number 98. Dylan Ellis in his normal 99. Chris Zofield in the number 2. Rusty Wallace machine that we just watched have that little bit of incident on a track. Mark Martin Throwback, the number 6 Viagra of Jeff No. Brock Whitehead not making a lap here tonight. Cars are going to be lined up double file once again. Going to bring these drivers back to the green flag. Ricky Gonzalez down on the inside. Lilith Peters on the out. Track position is going to be key. And where you want to be at in the corners is going to be key as well. Going in and through the Geico restart zone. Green flag is back on out. Ricky Gonzalez gets a great jump. He's going to slide all the way up to the top. He's going to have about 3 to 4 car lengths on the whole field going into turns number 1 and 2. Going to be side by side, and the 1 is going through turns number 2 down into the backstretch. See everybody pretty much getting a single file right away. Do not want to be double file into turns number 3 and 4. You see him there taking their time, wants to be where they want to be. Nice and solid. Look at the nice little digger camera here going into turns number 1 and 2. Probably my favorite camera is this camera right here going flyby down the backstretch. Look like the number 08 possibly got into the wall a little bit, but able to keep it going. Isaiah Sutherland looking down on the inside at Darlington, goes down low, hits that little bit of the way that you're supposed to hit it, sends him straight up to the outside wall, but Lilith Peters going to be able to hold on that outside and to keep position number 2. Now he's got the number 9 all over his back bumper, helping him through turns number 3 and 4. Still going to be Ricky Gonzalez with the race lead. Lilith Peters still vitally back on that outside. A little bit of a side drive from Isaiah. She's going to be able to get clear going into 1. I'm saying already, and you see everybody trying to just pace ourselves. Let the tires build up some more. As Lilith is going for it all, going to take the lead away from Ricky Gonzalez momentarily. Ricky Gonzalez not having a good turns 3 and 4. Going to end up losing 2 spots, maybe even 3, as he's still on the outside. Now battling with Tyler Robertson down there on the inside. Tyler Robertson just going to duck back in line, and here comes Austin Wheeler. Austin Wheeler looking to add on to his total win streak here tonight. Trey Whitehead currently up 6 positions from where he started. The biggest mover on the field is going to be the number 23 machine of Trey Whitehead. Patrick McQuaid now going to be able to take over that position. I think this is where Ricky is going to just fall back in line and just be content on riding for the last part of the stage. See what other exciting moves are on the track. Jonathan Cogswell up 1 position from where he started. He was looking forward to tonight. He said the string of no podium finishes ends tonight. Tonight's going to be the night that do we see the number 27 up in victory lane, or is he going to be in the podium position getting an interview here tonight? It's one of his favorite tracks. He loves this track. I know from personal experience that man, if there's any track that he wants to race, would be either Indianapolis or Darlington. It's hump cut. Into the outside wall, right in front of Chris Cash. Chris Cash able to get on around Trey Whitehead. Looking to get around Ryan Gomes for the time being. Not able to do so. He's going to tuck back into line. Single file racing for the whole field. We'll take a look at the drone camera. We see everybody up in front of Trey. We got pretty much two selected packs. Trey's going to try to run the inside in 1 and 2. He's gaining on the 55. 55 is going to have to check up a little bit, and that's what you got to watch out for. If that car in front of you doesn't get a good run, or actually he did that in 3 and 4. If that car in front of you doesn't get a good enough launch and they have to check up, that could like that. There you go. Trey Whitehead going to pick up 3 positions at once. Holy cow. And here comes TJ Handley. Seeing him back here. TJ going to be able to get on around Christopher Cash in the number 69. Alright, and we're back. Looking on board with TJ Handley. Ricky Gonzalez finally fell back in line in P at number 5. So he's looking to keep it in the top 5 for the end of the stage. Get stage number 1 coming up at the completion of lap number 47. Isaiah Sutherland with the race lead over Tyler Robertson. As a little battle is going to be ensuing with these two. Well, as Peter's dropping back to P number 4. So we're coming around to take lap number 23 out of 47. I want to thank everybody out there who's like, share, subscribing to CRN. Helps us out tremendously with all the algorithm of YouTube. So I want to say thank you to everybody out there who has liked, share, subscribing to CRN. Crow the 9 getting a little bit loose out of the corner. I do want to apologize just in case if I sound a little raspy or voice maybe going a lot, or voice maybe not being there though 100%. But currently dealing with voice issues, but still going to be a great night of racing as Robert Gillard goes out into the pit lane. Not sure if that's a scheduled pit stop or if he ended up sliding down in there, but Darlington's going to be one of the race tracks that It's very hard to get on a pit road, especially under green flag conditions. Seeing the truck race, somebody ended up hitting the wall in the trucks, but nonetheless able to make it happen. But while we are here, 25 laps in out of the 47 lap stage, we'll go ahead and break off to our first. We love to hear it. We'll be right back. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. Going to be uninterrupted for the final few laps of stage number 1. And it's going to be between these two right here, the 48 and the 24. While we were away, we seen a couple of drivers getting loose up into the outside wall. Lilith Peters being one of those people. Tire wear is starting to set in for a lot of these drivers. As we're going to come all around and do 7 laps to go into stage number 1. Austin Wheeler ended up getting up into the outside wall in turns number 1 and 2. He's got that famous Darlington stripe racetrack, other known as Too Tough to Tame, the lady in black. Going and trying to make it work here tonight. Trey Whitehead. I'm not sure what happened to the number 23 machine, but he has taken it behind the wall. See if something... I don't know. Trey just entered into pit lane and then ended up getting on out of the car. Going right on board with the nose machine of the number 48, trying to track down the driver of the number 24. Have a little bit of connection issues there. Oh, Chris Oldfield went down to the inside. That was almost risky business for the race leader of Isaiah Sutherland. Lap traffic got to be predictable, and Chris Oldfield was trying to make that as best as he possibly could, making sure he was down to the inside and not swerving all over the racetrack. Curly getting ready to catch back up, and look at the run that Austin Wheeler gets through the middle of 1 and 2, down to the inside. Robert Gillard up by the outside wall. Austin Wheeler going to be able to take advantage of it as well. Going to be side by side in turns number 3 and 4 with lap traffic. Robert Gillard just going to go ahead and let him go on by. He's not battling you for position or anything like that. He's going to be 4 laps down. 3/10 is the gap between first and second. But watch how smooth and how much speed Austin Wheeler carries through. Not there. Isaiah Sutherland into the wall. That's going to help the number 40. He's going to look down to the inside. He's going to try to take it going into 3. Into 3 and 4. Going to possibly be side by side. Isaiah getting a little bit loose on exit. Wheeler getting loose as well. See what Austin does here going into turns number 1 and 2. We're going to follow right in the foot tracks of Isaiah. Beautiful arc down to the inside. Isaiah feeling the pressure heavily from the number 48. I guess you could say this is Gordon and Jimmy Johnson all over again. Team owner for partial team owner for Rick Hendrick. 2 laps to go for stage number 1. How desperate does Austin Wheeler want to get that stage win? He's going to be right up on the back level, looking down to the inside, side by side, getting a little too antsy there, almost. Is not going to be able to get the pass done. As we ride on board with this incredible battle for the race lead and the stage win. But don't look now, Lilith Peters is there. Same with Ricky Gonzalez. So make it a 4-car race, side by side, coming up off of turns number 1 and 2. They're still going to be side by side. Here comes Lilith. 3 wide into turn number 3 and 4. This is not going to work. Who's going to back out? Nobody's going to back out. Lilith's going to keep it down there 3 wide and making it work. Wow. I did not think Darlington would be able to do that, but they proved me wrong. And Isaiah Sutherland going to be able to pick up the green and white checkered flag here tonight. 3 wide at Darlington. Never seen that happen. But I guess you can say there's something for everybody out there. I'm going to look and see if I just can't find Mr. Isaiah Sutherland. Not looking like he's in here. He is not in here, so I'm not going to be able to talk to the stage winner. But we're going to be able to talk to this guy right here, the number 14 of Christian Roost. Chris, this is still a CRA broadcast. Please got a copy.
I do, Dylan. What's up?
Oh, stage number 1, you kind of kept it pretty relatively quiet. I mean, you had to do what you had to do to make sure that you were able to finish out the stage. So what's it going to take to get that number 14 machine up towards the front? Right now you come out P number 6 on the field. We're going to be restarting P number 5 for stage number 2. What's more demanding? Trying to save a little bit of fuel to make it to the end of the stage, or saving tires?
Saving tires is going to be huge this second stage. Stage 1, or this second stage, fuel I don't think will be too much of an issue, considering we got a couple laps under caution here to start the stage off. I had 1 lap left coming down pit lane there, so it was close for me, but I definitely think tires are going to be huge here. I don't know if I ate mine up too much or heated them up or what, but I was really losing the pack there towards the end of the stage. So I'm going to try to take it easy for a little bit here and work myself up a little bit later on in the stage.
Well, I'll say it looked like, obviously Ricky Gonzalez started out there on the pole, got out to a little bit of a lead, ended up falling all the way back to P number 5, then worked his way back up and caught the race leaders. But, gas and fuel definitely going to be becoming an issue throughout this whole entire race. Hopefully, we'll be able to get to talk to you a little bit more here at Christian Roost in that beautiful smoke pit. Tony Stewart Throwback ski.
Yeah, thank you, sir. I'm hoping to be around at the end and get my first podium interview here would be great.
All right. Well, I'm not saying anything else because I'm not giving the broadcaster's curse. So we're just going to leave it at that. And,
sounds good, buddy.
We're going to go ahead and throw you back down there. And hopefully we'll talk to you again at the end of stage number 2.
Sounds good. Thank you.
He's going to be our in-race reporter. That's going to be the number 7 or number 14, excuse me. He's going to be the number 14 of Christian Roost, that beautiful Tony Stewart paint scheme throwback. Was going to get the stage winner, but was not able to. But it's going to be Isaiah Sutherland with the race lead. Green flag back on our way. I want to apologize. There had a little bit of an issue going on behind me, but green flag back on out here on the racetrack. Side by side is going to be the muffler man of Patrick McQuaid and Ricky Gonzalez. They're going to fall back into racing line territory. Chris Rue is making his way up to P at number 4 for the time being. and going on the way that they need to go. Looks like Jeff No having a little bit of connection issues, blinking here and there, but got it all figured out for the most part. Coming on to take lap number 54, and Isaiah Sutherland is still with race lead. Christian Ruse having a little bit of issues there. He's going to drop all the way back to the back with his teammate of Chris Hupka. Back up here, though, Jonathan Cogswell side by side with the number 6. Going to bully his way up to P number 5. Austin Wheeler. Ryan Gomes going to try to follow suit on the number 6 of Jeff No. Hopefully everybody out there is enjoying the content and the racing that's going on here tonight. Can't thank each and every one of you all out there who's like, share, subscribe to CRN. If you haven't already, make sure you guys like the stream. If there's anybody out there on track that you want to see, make sure you let me know in the comment section. I'll do my best abilities to get them on the screen and on the way. Tyler Robertson making a move, bringing his number 9 Chevy Camaro all the way back up to P at number 5. Didn't have a good start to stage number 1. Had a little bit of right front damage. You can still see a little bit of it, but it's relatively looking nice. He's going to try and pass Ricky Gonzalez for P at number 3. Chevy on Ford. I'm sorry, but in this game, Chevy always wins. Sorry. I am a big Chevy guy. Tyler Robertson getting in the outside wall just a little bit, but able to keep it together. Tyler Robertson applying all the pressure onto the number 88. 88 had a little bit of a wiggle, but got back into the outside wall with the number 9, Jonathan Cogswell. Now right behind the number 9, trying to figure out where he's wanting to go and make the pass. 77 of Patrick McQuaid right in front of Ricky Gonzalez into the outside wall. Ricky Gonzalez down to the inside. 9's going to follow suit. Side by side for P number 3. McQuaid, Mr. Consistent. Trying to keep the consistency alive here tonight. Racers able to get a week off in preparation for Darlington. Patrick McQuaid's going to fall all the way back down to P number 5. And is going to be under wraps from Austin Wheeler. Turns number 3 and 4, and it's going to be Tyler Robertson in P number 2, looking to capitalize and get a couple laps led for WFO Racing. As you guys may have seen, WFO Racing on the truck side with Eddie Baker, Kevin Coleman, and now Tyler Robertson. Eddie Baker out there doing his part, watching on as his teammate is looking to get a stage win and possibly a stage or a race win. Tyler Robertson knows a thing or two about how to get around the track. He's breathing down the neck of Isaiah Sutherland right now, and there's nothing Isaiah can do except for hit his marks the way that he needs to hit them, so that way he doesn't lose much more time. He's going to protect that bottom as best as he possibly can. But Tyler just waiting for that one little slip up for the number 24. And that race lead will be his. Tyler getting, Isaiah getting a little bit loose. And there it is. That's what I was talking about. A little bit of a slip. And Tyler Robertson to the race lead. And now how it comes down to, okay, do I want to be aggressive? Do I just want to be calm, cool, and collected? What do I want to do? And I think Tyler is just going to be nice and cool. Doesn't want to put too much car links on the car behind him and burn up his tires. But he's going to do everything he possibly can to keep himself in it to win it. Back here with Austin Wheeler is he's trying to get around the number 27. And then you got Lilith back here in P number 10. The lowest that she has been is P number 10. She's got a little bit of front end damage on that number 01 machine though. Chris Roberge and the Sunny D Hot Wheels Throwback. He is looking to make it happen. Is now single file racing for the most part for a lot of these drivers, making sure everything goes to plan for them. They don't want to take any extra damage to their race cars. As stage lap is going to be ended on lap number 95, so stage 2 going to end on lap number 95 here tonight. Ricky Gonzalez back here in P number 5, trying to hold off Patrick McQuaid. Doing so relatively right now, but anything can change while they go. Excuse me. Patrick McQuaid to the outside wall. Back up here with our race leader. Pulling out, oh, looks like almost a second gap over the number 24 machine. Lap number 72 down into the books. Still with everything filing out the way that it needs to go. Still got the number 9 in P number 1. Also Patrick McQuaid doing what he needs to do to get on up there. But I think now we're going to go ahead and go to our second segment of You Love to Hear It. We'll be right back. We are back. Last 10 laps of the stage. Tyler Robertson with the race lead. That 1 second lead is gone now that Austin Wheeler back on up here. 10 laps to go. A little bit more time than what he had with Isaiah Snowland, but now Tyler Robertson is going to feel the pressure that Austin Wheeler was putting on the number 24 at the end of stage number 1. Here comes Isaiah now, trying to find a way around the number 88. Thought he was going to get there, but here comes Wheeler. It's such a nice corner exit run. Just not able to do anything with it. He's going to look down to the inside, side by side for the race lead. Tyler Robertson up into the outside wall. Austin Wheeler going to be able to make the pass. Move Austin Wheeler up to P number 1. Now he's got to deal with lap traffic. Looks like the 5 of Chris Hupka. We're going to go ahead and let him go on by. The 45 of Matt Metler. Now they're side by side. We'll be able to make the pass. It's going to be Ricky Gonzalez. Ricky back up to P at number 1. Tyler Robinson is going to fall back to P number 3. Ricky Gonzalez at P number 2. Matt Metler get into the outside wall. He's going to jump it up and down. Let the race leader get on by. 3 laps to go for stage number 2. Heart of the outside wall, pretty much everybody following the number 9. Doing what they need to do. Two laps to go for stage number 2. Tyler Robertson sitting at P number 3. Austin Wheeler sitting at P number 1. Rick Gonzalez in second. And that Legacy Power number 88. Austin Wheeler hard of the outside wall, coming off the turns number 1 and 2. Going to allow Ricky Gonzalez to get a good run down into turns number 3 and 4. Austin Wheeler going to be able to power on back on around. Is Austin Wheeler going to be able to get that lap win. Final lap of stage number 2. It's going to be between these two. Beautiful quarter for the number 48. 48's not going to be able to make it. He's got to go down into pit lane. The 88 is going to win this stage. Turn of events for that. Austin Wheeler not able to make it to the end of stage number 2. Going to give the stage away to Ricky Gonzalez in the number 88. We'll let him catch back up to the pace car here. We're going to go ahead and move our stage winner on up here into the broadcast booth. It's going to be my Pinche the guy that is always in the broadcast booth with me during the Lucky Dog, but it's going to be Ricky Gonzalez. Ricky, how's it going?
Going, man. What's happening?
I'm up here dealing with 0 X's. You're down there dealing with probably 4 X's. But nonetheless, obviously you were able to get the stage win there, get ready to go down into pit lane and get that car serviced, new tires, more fuel. Kind of once you get in here and you get settled down, I'll let you do what you need to do. But walk me through how that stage number 2 went for you.
Yeah, we were just biding our time. Those guys are really quick on the short run. You know me, Dylan. I like to pace myself and kind of race the racetrack and not really the competitors, but we were able to get around a couple of those fast guys and then kind of just, I don't know what happened to Wheel. It looked like he pitted, but yeah, we're going to come down, take a set, and then try to go to the end, and hopefully we're there and parking in Victory Lane. Had really 2 good weeks in the top 5, and just want to try to bring it home in Victory Lane tonight.
Yeah, obviously you got to do what you got to do, and yeah, Wheeler actually went into pit lane the last lap. Not sure if maybe whenever he hit the wall coming out of turn number 2, if that gave him a little bit of front right suspension damage, or maybe even a black flag that he needed to get taken care of. But obviously you'll start off in P number 1 here for stage number 2, or the final stage of the race. The beginning of the race, you were up there, fell all the way back, ended up clawing your way back into the P number 4 position for stage number 1, ended up getting the stage win here in stage number 2. Is that going to be the same mindset for you throughout the rest of the race?
Yeah, man, this place is tough, as you know. It's just, we got to race the racetrack. I'm not really worried about the other competitors. Kind of felt bad, got into Lilith and the 9 there in stage number 1, so if they're listening or watch this back, I apologize on my behalf. Got a little too anxious. For some reason, man, my legs are jittery tonight, and I don't know why. I don't know why I'm so amped up for this race. I just think it's because I know my talent and I know I can win in this league, and I've won here before, and yeah, we're gonna try to give it our all, Dylan. We're gonna try to go win one. Like I said, we had 2 top 5s in a row, and we're getting better each week. Had a 5th at Bristol and then a 4th last week, so trying to do 3 spots better, man, and just parking in Victory Lane.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I think your first win came season number 1 at Kentucky. And ever since then, you've been kind of on fire. Titletown ended up getting everything the way that they needed to go, and now you're going to be starting at P number 1. And I mean, like you said, you're going to take your time, get yourself back on up there, but we're going to go ahead and let you get down there, chat with the people that you were chatting with, and hopefully we'll talk to you at the end of this thing.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you. Good chatting with you, by the way.
I know, right? You're probably all amped up from all the basketball going on or something.
Yeah, it's probably all amped up on Dr. Pepper right now.
Oh, Jesus. Here we go. All right, buddy. We're going to go ahead and let you get down there, and we'll be talking to you later.
All right, buddy. Sounds good.
All right, that was Mr. Ricky Gonzalez, the race leader here tonight. 90 laps, the rest of the distance here at Darlington. See there on the right side of the number 88, he's got the lady in black stripe. Right now, pace car going to go down turns number 1 and 2 for one more time, and you see it there. Everybody pretty much picked the inside, I guess. I don't think they're doing choose. Unless they're not going green this time. But it's going to be Ricky Gonzalez, Patrick McQuaid. They are going green. Ricky Gonzalez and Patrick McQuaid to start us off here tonight. Barney's got the green flag in his hand. Through the Geico restart zone, Ricky Gonzalez off to the races. We are back to racing here at Darlington. Down into turns number 1 and 2. Just a long heaping line of traffic all the way in and through the corner. Ricky Gonzalez able to get clear of the number 77. pretty much everybody's single file wants to go ahead and keep the way that they want it to go. Is green flag still on Al Lilith? Was side by side all the way down to the inside. Christopher Cash hard on the inside wall. Christopher Cash ended up crashing. We're going to go ahead and jump on back here. See how close it was for the number 9 of the WFO driver. Is Christopher Cash in the RC Junkyard. Christopher Cash Customs. Chevy Camaro going to go all the way down. Almost gets into the 9. Oh. I know we're under green flag, so we can just keep on rewinding this one more time. I'm going to watch it from Robertson's onboard and just see how it looks from his point of view. Slowing it on down one more time. No hit there. So definitely a close call for the number 9 machine, but as we're back, we've got a little bit of a race battle on our hands. The 77 and 27 going to do battle here, as looks like Ricky Gonzalez still with the race lead. Isaiah Solin just 4/10 on back, as everybody able to get their cars up to speed. Austin Wheeler able to take the race lead over Ricky Gonzalez. So Austin Wheeler able to get the race lead. And now he's going to try to make his way on around here tonight. For everybody doing what they need to do. And everybody going to be able to keep it on clean. If there's anybody not holding back, it's going to be the number 27, Jonathan Cogswell. Cogswell is currently sitting at P, number 3, trying to get himself up here. As Austin Wheeler actually was a lap down. Isaiah Sullivan back up to the race lead. As I thought Austin Wheeler was going to lead lap, but no. Something major must have happened to the number 48. Christopher Cash ended up taking his number 69 machine behind the wall. He's going to be calling it done for the day. Is the Sunny D, number 98, sitting at P, number 4, the Canadian driver, Chris Roberge. Ricky Gonzalez still trying to find his way on around. Doesn't want to lose too much time, but also wants to save some tire where he can. And these drivers doing a phenomenal job out here tonight. One caution for a wreck. The other 2 cautions being for the end of stages. Jonathan Cogswell getting a little bit loose. He's going to look down to the inside of Ricky Gonzalez. Ricky Gonzalez going to venture up high. Lilith with a little bit of a slide job and getting super loose on the exit. And she's going to slide on back. Jonathan Cogswell with the race lead as of right now. Jonathan Cogswell not holding anything back. Supposed to hurry up and go. He feels confident in his car, in his tires. To make it the rest of the way. Pedro Quaid getting into the outside wall just a little bit. Going to ride it all the way around. Tyler Robertson going to be looking down to the inside one more time. He's going to be able to make that pass for P at number 5. Actually, Tyler Robertson is a lap down. That is odd. I don't see how you were a lap down. Not sorry, he's a lap down. He is a lap down. Give me one quick second, I'll be right back. Okay, so talk to Mr. Hupka, and yes, Tyler Robertson is one lap down. I'm not sure how he became a one lap down, but ended up becoming. As we have a pass for P number 2. And that big old lead that Jonathan Cogswell had is no longer there. As we have just an absolute cluster of cars here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cars under a blanket. One of those cars being a lap down. But all the way down to the inside. Tyler Robertson trying to earn his lap back the hard way. And trying to be as clean as he possibly can as Ryan Gomes loses it coming off turn number 4. Going to keep it straight. And we're going to stay green here at Darlington. Looking at it now. Everybody doing what they need to do. Patrick McQuay getting a little bit loose on the screen there. Isaiah running for his life with Ricky Gonzalez right behind him. Pit stop is going to be happening here any minute. These drivers last pit on lap number 97. So they'll be making their final, or maybe even one of 2 pit stops. Gonzalez on that inside. Being nice and patient. Christian Burge on the outside of Lilith Peters. Taking a look back here. As Lilith would be able to get on around and start challenging and making her way up towards the front. Looking at it right now, Christopher Bird. We're back here with the racing. So far, it is still Ricky Gonzalez out here with the race lead. Pit stops happening this time. Ricky Gonzalez hard into the pit lane. He's going to bring that number 88 down into pit lane. Lilith Peters is going to stay out on the racing surface one extra lap. She's going to probably bring her number 01 machine down into pit lane next time by. As pit road is starting to get busy. Lilith Peters almost into the barricades. It's super close. Everybody back into pit lane. Jeff No still out there with the race lead now. He's coming on around. And now Ricky Gonzalez on his way out of pit lane. Oh, Jeff No hard to the outside wall. Beating it down. Jeff No possibly going to go down into pit lane this time by. He does. I believe that's going to give Ricky Gonzalez the race lead when they come back on around. Yeah, Lilith Peters still in the pit lane. She's just now coming out of pit road. So move Ricky Gonzalez back up to P number 2. He's going to have a nice little gap between him and Lilith. Is about a 3-second gap in between each. Is Ricky Gonzalez going to come on around and take over P number 1, and we're just going to see just how much time Ricky Gonzalez has picked up on Lilith Peters. Right now, limited at 3.52 seconds back from the race leader. As we're coming down to 40 laps to go here at Darlington. What they don't want to see is a caution coming out on the surface. They want it to stay clean and green. Ricky Gonzalez still with the race lead. Tyler Robertson able to get on around the number 6. Tyler Robertson back on the race lead. Lead lap. 40 laps to go here at Darlington. Jeff No falling all the way back down to P number 9. Got a little bit of that damage fixed and replaced. Gonna do what he can. As that lead is starting to shrink up a lot. Went from 3.5 down to 3 seconds exactly for Ricky Gonzalez. So Lilith throwing it down. Right on board with Lilith here. See just how much of the banking we're going to see in where she's running at on the track compared to Ricky Gonzalez. She can see him. Can she get there? She's picking up some time and coming on up back through the field. Going to try and make it happen. Give me a couple laps with riding on board with Lilith, excuse me. The gap's all the way down to 2.4 seconds, so these two doing battle. Could be the difference between our race winner and coming in P number 2. Lilith's got nobody around her. Ricky's got all the lap traffic in front of him. Running on board with Ricky Gonzalez. Oh no! Caution, the flag is going to be out. That was almost bad for a race leader. Go ahead and go back and watch. See who it was. See what happened. Oh, Matt Metler. Go ahead and rewind it here. See what happens. The number 18. I'll go TV2. Play it from here. Let's see what happens to Matt. Oh, we got in the wall. Comes down into Sunny D, number 98. He's going to be spun on around. Then right here, Ricky Gonzalez almost gets caught up in it, but was able to squeeze on by. As we're going to get back to the live scene here. And Ricky Gonzalez elects to go down into pit lane. Everybody doing what they need to do to get those pit stops done. Dylan Ellis going to go down into pit lane this time by. And this is going to be an absolute shootout here tonight. 30 laps to go. Who's got their money on who? Hopefully everybody out there is enjoying their Thursday night with the live action here from Darlington. It's an absolute star-studded field for everybody here tonight. Great racing by everybody. Everybody's going to try to make their way on around. I'm going to come back to green with 28 laps to go. Pace car is going to take that hard dive left into the pit lane. And we're going to be back to green flag racing at Darlington. Once these drivers get back to going green, we're going to do our last "You Love to Hear It." We get these drivers a couple of laps to go, get our last "You Love to Hear It" in, and then come back for our last uninterrupted break as green flag is out. Ricky Gonzalez on the loud fiddle. We're going to get a nice little jump on the rest of the field. Side by side goes Isaiah Sutherland and Lilith Peters. Lilith hard to the outside wall. Jonathan Cogswell going on around. Caution flag and not going to wait for a single car incident. He's off the racing surface. Can't seem to get the car back and going. Has to refire. And we are still under green. Everybody making it the way that they need to go and to keep this race green. Austin Wheeler battling on a back from a couple laps down. Got his laps back and is now battling for P number 3. While these drivers are under green flag conditions, we're going to go ahead and go back to our last and our final. You love to hear it. We'll be right back. gentlemen, we are back. 13 laps to go for the end of the race. Isaiah Sutherland with the race lead. Tyler Robertson in P number 2. Lilith in 3rd. Austin Wheeler in 4th. Ricky Gonzalez back to P at number 5. Christian Ruse in 7th. Or 6th. Patrick McQuaid in 7th. Chris Roberge in 8th. Now there's going to be Ryan Gomes in top 10. Is going to be Jeff No. Top 5 already the blanket, coming to 10 laps to go. 2 more rotations before we get to see the 10 to go signal. Isaiah Sutherland trying to capitalize on race misfortunes tonight. Looking down to the inside goes number 88 all the way to number 48. 48 is going to let the 88 go on by. Move Ricky Gonzalez back up to P number 4. Got some people out here voting for, or going for Lilith Peters, who's currently sitting P at number 3 on the field. 11 laps to go with the lady in black. Ricky Gonzalez slowly but surely starting to catch up as the 9 gets way loose, goes all the way down to the inside. Move Tyler Robertson back to P number 3. Lilith hard to the outside wall. Almost knocking it down. But here comes Ricky Gonzalez and also Wheeler trying to make their way up through the field. Ricky Gonzalez looking down to the inside, get a little bit of that side draft going on. Will be down into turns number 1 and 2. The 9 up into the outside wall. Ricky Gonzalez making his way up to P number 3. Otz Wheeler in P number 4. So these two Hendrick Motorsport cars, kind of 3, 4, 5, 88, 48, 9. Even though it's WFO, Smoky Mountain, and then Titletown Racing and Friends. I was part of the Titletown racing community. Ended up going my own separate way due to some aggression left on the table. 8 laps to go for Isaiah Sutherland in the Sutherland used cars number 24. Isaiah Sutherland doing what he can to keep the number 24 alive and up front. If you guys haven't already, make sure you guys check out the other stream going on with the Core GT series. Is John Obiger's in the broadcast booth for that one. Is we have 6 laps to go uninterrupted for the final 13. And still Isaiah Sutherland up here in the front. 5 laps to go. 5 laps to go for Isaiah Sutherland. And 5 laps may not seem like a long time, but when you're leading in a grueling death match like tonight has been, 5 laps will take a while. Is 4 laps to go. 2 more rotations and we're going to see the popsicle sticks for the number 24. One getting a little bit loose coming out of the corner. That's going to be Lilith Peters getting a little bit loose. That's going to allow Ricky Gonzalez to almost get right up on the back bumper of the number 01. There's Ricky Gonzalez using the downshifting to his advantage. it past Chris Zofield in the number 2 machine. And Ricky Gonzalez starting to put the pressure on to Lilith. She's going to get up into the outside wall. Ricky Gonzalez going to back away from her. Oh, Ricky Gonzalez knocks it down. Coming off of the corner. Starting to feel the pressure from Ricky Gonzalez as Lilith gets in the outside wall just a little bit. White flag one more time around off of turns number 1 and 2 down into 3 and 4. Coming off of turn number 4 for the final time, it's going to be Isaiah Sullivan picking up the race win here at Chris Hupka Realtor K. Southern 325. Second is going to be Lilith Peters. Third is going to be Ricky Gonzalez. Fourth is going to be Elsa Wheeler. Fifth, Tyler Robertson. Sixth, Patrick McQuaid. Seventh is going to be Christian Ruse. Eighth is going to be Chris Roberge. Ninth, Ryan Gomes. 10th is going to be Isaiah Sullivan are going to go ahead and give us our best impressions of a burnout here tonight. It's going to be Isaiah Sullivan picking up the race win here tonight. While we have that going on, we're going to go ahead and grab our third place finisher. It's going to be the number 7 of Ricky Gonzalez. Pinche.
Look again on the car.
Huh?
Look again on the car. What's the number?
The 8. Oh, yeah, 88.
It's okay. Wes had the same problem.
I'm so used to you being the number 7. It's like, God, it's been a long day. Okay?
It's a long night. I feel you. What's up, Pinche?
It's more like it's been a long week for me. But, I'm doing all right, buddy. I mean, you came, you saw, you conquered. You finished P3. You led a lot of laps here tonight. It just seems like clean air is where you wanted to be. And obviously, you got out to a nice little lead there in the beginning. But after that, you kind of just fell back into the pack. Didn't want to use up your stuff a little bit too early. And just couldn't get back to the front.
Their dirty air was killer. Yeah, we got behind Lilith there. And she did a really good job of taking my line away of what I wanted to run, and I knew I just had to be patient, and we knew we were going to get, I knew I was going to get around the 9, because he's been burning his stuff up all night, no offense to him, and then I knew Wheeler was back there, and so I wanted to stay in front of him for a long time, and then off of 4, me and Isaiah just kind of touched and tapped the wall, and those guys behind us had a huge run, and that's what put us back in the pack, but be able to come back, sit on the pole, win stage 2, get stage points in stage 1, and come back and finish 3rd. I mean, we're getting there, man. I told you at the break, we got a 5th, a 4th, and now a 3rd. So maybe next week we'll finish bridesmaid in 2nd, and then maybe in 2 weeks we'll win the race. But yeah, all in all, a good night for the Legacy Power Ford Mustang. Man, that was a fun race. I love this place. This place is a driver's track, and it's just a blast every time I come here.
All right, definitely a blast. I think some of the best racing could happen here at Darlington. I mean, at one point, there was 3 wide going into turn number 3 at Darlington, and that's something you don't ever see. It's just kind of like the Ricky Stenhouse and the Kyle Busch scenario at North Wilkesboro. 3 wide on lap number 2, and that's pretty much what we've seen here tonight. And it worked out somehow. It all ended up working out where it needed to work out, and just a beautiful paint scheme on your color. Obviously, you got the lady in black stripe along the right side of that. So, there's a thing. If you remember, Ricky, since you don't ever get in the broadcast booth with me anymore, there's called this thing called yard sale. So I was wondering if you could take the whole left side or the right side of the car and just send it to me so I can hang it up on my wall, and then I don't have to worry about ever saying, "Oh, we got a yard sale from Ricky Gonzalez."
Yeah, at least we didn't have a space shuttle liftoff moment. I smacked the wall at it too, trying to catch Lilith, and I was like, man, that probably caused a lot of damage, and it didn't. But yeah, those guys were 3 wide at one point in front of me, and I'm like, this is not a good idea. So I was about half throttle, letting those guys battle it out, and it was fun watching them kind of battle for the lead. And it was a fun night. We're starting to get our mojo back. We're starting to run a little bit more consistent now from where we were at the beginning of the year. And we're going to try to make a playoff push if we're eligible, and hopefully we get one of those spots, and then we can go race for a championship. That's one thing I don't have is chasing for a championship. And so I know we've won races. I've been a part of Final Fours, but I've never had a championship, so I'd really, really like to get one if it's here or another league, other leagues that I participate in. That's the only thing that's hovering over me, man, and I really want one.
Well, I'm kind of in the same boat. I haven't had a championship either. Well, it's just the 87s in core. But, last season, MSRL, I was in the Final Four, got beat by our compadre, Mr. Zach Woods, for the championship. And then, obviously, me and you, we work really well together out there on the racetrack. So hopefully here coming up, maybe I can get back down there on track with you in a different league that we both can join. But, Ricky, this feels so weird asking you, but if there's anybody on that car you'd like to give a shout out to, the floor is yours.
Yeah, man, first and foremost, I want to thank Morgan, who's in the other room. Appreciate her for letting me do this with the boys and have a little fun and get away from real world problems, and just, this is a hobby, man, and I like to have fun with it. Legacy Power, that's the sponsor on the car. Anybody interested in Go Residential Solar, definitely hit up legacypower.com. Everybody back at the shop, Titletown Racing, Wes, Caleb, Zach, everybody that's a part of that team, appreciate them. Wes did the paint, Studio 35, got to throw them back out there. Phenomenal job making this paint. I think this is a sick looking ride. And you in the booth, one of my best friends that are on the server, getting a chance to call races, and I'm gonna go back and listen to this, especially since we led laps tonight and had a good run. And we'll go next week. I think we're at Talladega. We'll try to go win one there. Decent plate track racer. You just got to survive all that stuff, man, and avoid big wrecks. And hopefully we're 2 spots better sitting in victory lane next week.
All right, Ricky, we're gonna go ahead and let you get on out of here. Celebrate that 3rd place finish. Go spend some time with Morgan, and we'll be seeing you again next week.
All right, buddy. Sounds good.
All right, that's going to be our 3rd place finisher of Ricky Gonzalez. Going to go ahead and move on over to our 2nd place finisher. That is going to be Lilith Peters. Get her brought up into the broadcast booth. Lilith, this is Dylan in the CRN broadcast booth. Get a copy.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, I got you. All right, so
How was it?
It's good up here. I mean, let's talk about your 3 wide move here first. Before we get to anything else, you had, I believe it was Tyler Robertson, and then I know for a fact Austin Wheeler was in the middle. You had such a great run coming out of, I believe it was turn number 2, that going down into turn number 3 and 4, you were at the point in that stage that, you know what, I'm not lifting. I got more than half a car ahead. I'm going to make it stick, and I don't know how you guys made it through that 3 wide, but you guys did.
Yeah, I wasn't going to lift for sure, like you said. I probably should have gone a lane up, but I didn't want to wreck anybody for a stage win or anything. So it played out.
Right, and obviously, Lilith, you're one of the more decorated racers. You've been around Ghost Cup Series action. Me and you've shared the track together. You're pretty quick. I was quick at one point. Now I'm just slow and got ugly. And then, the aggressiveness from my side of the table as well. But you would rather keep the car as clean as you possibly can. Don't want to tear it up too much. That's exactly what you did here tonight. We've seen you get in the wall a couple of times, but nothing too major to where it hindered your racetrack, your race car.
Yeah, I did get a couple aero damage things, but nothing too bad. I don't know, I got some aero at the end there. Maybe if I didn't have it, I could have ran out on Isaiah. But I'll take a second. It was a good race.
Yeah, you led some laps. Weren't able to keep the gap the way that you needed to, but was able to get everything going the way that you wanted it to go. But before we let you get on out of here, Lilith, if there's anybody on that number 01 Steve Park throwback you'd like to give a shout out to, the floor is yours.
Thanks. I'm glad you recognize it. One of my favorite cars growing up. But yeah, I'll thank my sponsor, Luna Steak Sauce. You can buy it at foxfirefoods.com. And thank my team, Kaiju Cat. I'm the only one here, but... And thanks for broadcasting, Dylan.
All right, Lilith. Thank you for spending the time out here on the racetrack, getting that P3 here tonight, and hopefully we'll be able to see you back on the track at your next favorite one.
Good night.
All right, that's going to be our second place finisher of Isaiah Sutherland. Going to move on up to our third place, or our first place finisher. That's going to be the number 24, Isaiah Sutherland. Isaiah, this is still in the CRN broadcast booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, man, I got you. What's going on?
Man, let me know about that race here tonight, dude. If there's anything that you can do, it's make people think that you're out of it, and then come back stronger than ever in the third and final stage, and just click laps off like it's nothing, and keep the car as clean as you possibly can.
Yeah, honestly, early on, I felt great, and then. After that first stage, which I hope you got that finish, because that first stage battle with Austin was amazing. I think we came across the line side by side, beating and banging. But after that stage, Ford, I don't know what was going on. Those guys just had it figured out. Lilith and Austin and Tyler and Ricky, those guys had the tire wear figured out, and I didn't. I was so loose at the end of stage 1 and stage 2, and I just didn't know what to do. And I think that third part of the race, I kind of fell in line, like third or fourth or wherever I was, and kind of figured out a different line, especially entering turn 1. And after that, it just changed for me. Race was going good. I thought I was going to get like a top 3 because of that last pitting, but we had a caution come out, and that adrenaline pumps through you, and you drive aggressive, and it just worked out there. So thankful at the end I was able to figure out the tire saving situation once I got the lead, and was able to hold off everyone there.
Yeah, you were able to hold everybody off there whenever you needed it the most. And for Darlington, not a lot of cautions, like you would think, okay, it's Darlington, it's an oblong track, it's just like Gateway, it's like a father figure. It's a Gateway, it's just bigger than Gateway. And I honestly, I didn't come in here thinking that we're going to be green to green minus the 2 stage cautions, but I mean 2 cautions for an actual wreck and then 2 cautions for the stages. That's a pretty damn good Darlington race.
Yeah, everyone did really good tonight. The racing, the past couple of weeks, it's been great. A lot of hard battles for the lead, and you don't even know who's going to win the race. There's some races where you hop in the car and you're like, okay, yeah, I've pretty much got this locked up, and it has not been like that. Any one of these guys, especially the top 10, could pull out a win. So everyone kept it clean tonight. Didn't wreck, didn't spin out, and I think we all touched the wall, but that's just Darlington. But I'm just ecstatic that I won. I think I finally got the monkeys off my back the last race we had that I won, because this is now 2 in a row, and that's awesome. I haven't said that in a long time. And like I said, the battling was just crazy from the drop of the green flag. These guys were really pushing it hard and also saving stuff too. So I couldn't be happier with the league and everyone in it. It's been awesome.
Yeah, you kind of just stayed out of everybody's way. You know, obviously, like you said, you're still trying to figure out how to save tire, do this, do that. But, you know, you were one of those drivers that, like, if I was down there on the racetrack, I'd be relaying to my spotter, okay, I got around everybody. Let me know when the 24 is coming, because I know for a fact that 24 will be up towards the front. He's going to be there. You, Ricky Gonzalez, Lilith Peters, those are my drivers that I'm going to be constantly looking at, be like, all right, where are they at on track? What's the distance? What's the gap? I need to know where they're at, where they're running. I'm trying to get as much information as I possibly can, just that way I can see if that line or maybe whatever you're doing is going to work for me. And then obviously whenever you get up to me, I'm sorry, but yeah, I'm going to make it hard for you to pass.
Oh, yeah. I appreciate that. I'm too humble to accept the word. There's always someone better than you. I've been in so many leagues, and it don't matter what track you go to, someone's going to beat you. It's just how it is. So if you love to race, you better love to lose, because you're going to lose a lot. So anytime you win, you really cherish that. And so it's awesome. And like I said, every one of these guys out here, especially the top 10 at these races, they just have a chance, you know. And even outside of that, with the strategies that some of these people have, it's crazy. So everyone puts in a lot of effort. These guys can really race, and to keep it clean like that at Darlington and have such a battle all the way from the green flag to the finish, that's all you could ask for. So extremely happy again.
Yeah, definitely going to be something fun to watch, especially next week with Talladega. I mean, now you go from the short track, or no, it wasn't even a short track. You go from Texas to here. Now you're going to Talladega next week. Are we going to see that number 24 in the back of the pack, just kind of taking his time, or are you just going to try to hurry up and get to the front so that way you can lead as many laps as you possibly can?
You know, it's you know, if this was a Gen 4 or Gen 5 car, I'd say running in the back is where you want to be. But honestly, the way this car is, it's better to be up front. I think I would like to be up front. It just depends with who you're working with and who you got around you, of course. You know, sometimes it's best to just back out and let the stages play through. But it's Talladega. Everyone loves Talladega. And I definitely would love to go 3 in a row if it's possible. So I'm definitely going to give it everything I got and going to try to stay up front most of the race if I can. And I think you're able to stay out of trouble if you're able to do that. But if you're, you know, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, I probably will head to the back. So we'll see.
All right, buddy. Well, before we let you get on out of here, Isaiah, if there's anybody on that number 24 you'd like to give a shout out to, the floor is yours.
Yeah, always got to give a shout out to my good Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. He's always been good to me. Always got to shout out my mom and dad and all my family that watches. My Uncle Gary tunes in almost every week, and I think there's some family friends and tune in and watch that my mom works with. So shout out to every one of you guys that tune in and watch. I hope tonight was a good race. My girlfriend Daylin, she always tunes in and watches every single race and is very supportive. Shout out to you, honey. The people in the league, all the drivers, awesome stuff. And then got to shout out my sponsors. Sutherland Used Cars. It's my uncle's used car dealership. This paint scheme is actually what his dirt car used to look like back in the day, so it's kind of a throwback scheme that I like to run. But yeah, Sutherland Used Cars, look them up on Facebook. Even if you're a couple hours away, it's located in Northwest Tennessee, Union City, Tennessee. Come on out and see what they got, or look them up on Facebook. And then Virtual Academy, that's police training. It's $69 a year. And it's for active duty or retired officers. You can sign up at subscriptions.virtualacademy.com/sign up. And as always, Dylan, you do good in the booth, just like you did on the track. So hopefully we'll see you out here again someday on the track. But we definitely appreciate you up in the booth and all the fans that tune in and watch.
All right. Well, Mr. Isaiah, we're going to go ahead and let you get on out of here. And hopefully I'll be able to get back down there on the track. I know next season I'm going to have to pick and choose which leagues I want to broadcast. Got to, spend time with Maverick. As you probably heard him earlier in the whenever you watch a race replay, you'll be able to hear him in the background and kind of watching on as everybody was flying by on the racetrack. So, but Isaiah, we're gonna go ahead and let you go out here, celebrate that race win at number 2 in a row here tonight. Can't wait to see what you do next week, and hopefully you have a good one, bud.
10-4. You have a good night. We'll see you next week, brother.
All right, buddy. All right, that's going to do it for our race winner here tonight of Isaiah Sutherland. 190 laps up and 190 laps down. Just an absolute blast of a race all night long. Everybody doing what they needed to do to get it done. 4 cautions in total. I mean, Darlington, who would have known that? But that's going to do it for myself up here in the broadcast booth. My name is Dylan of 4CRN. Make sure you guys take care. Brush your hair.